Welcome to Midnight Ramblings. I decided I wanted to do something spontaneous to put on the podcast because, I don't know, sometimes I just have these thoughts at night, just these things that either keep me awake or I feel like they need to be said out into, space or whatever. So I want to touch tonight on toxic friendships. Now, everybody has a friend who's had a bad day. Everybody's had their own bad day, so sometimes we lash out at others. And usually we come back and apologize. With those who are not that great of friends, who tend to put themselves first, will usually not come back to apologize. They'll usually follow a pattern of constant what feels like bullying. But there's also another side to toxic friendship, I think. And I think that when you're so involved in your own things that you pay no mind to anybody that's been there for you in the past. Now, of course, everybody's life changes here and there. Things happen. People change, and that's okay. That's a good thing. Change is a good thing. I was talking with somebody earlier today, and this is what made me really think about it. And she was telling me about this friend that she has that is constantly putting her to the side. She's always the one reaching out. It's very rare that her friend will reach out to her. They plan things together and her friend always cancels or will ghost her. And as she was telling me this, I was sitting there thinking, that sounds really crappy. Now, look, everybody has had times where they forget to answer a message, or go, oh, I can't answer this right now, but I'll answer it later, and then forget. It happens. That absolutely happens. I've done it myself. I'm not perfect. Everybody, I'm sure, has done it. But when it becomes a pattern, I think that it needs to be looked at a little bit more. And I told her, you need to sit down and look at the friendship and really decide where you want it to go. Do you want to keep reaching out and being the one to initiate contact, or do you want to let it go a little bit longer? And then maybe she'll notice. Because maybe it was just easier for her to wait for you to contact her instead of her having to reach out. Not that I'm saying it was my friend's fault, but it's a possibility that she made it easier for the person to, or her friend to, not be as committed in their friendship. So she said that she would think about it, that she was really, really tired of putting the effort in to this friend. And she was actually very, very salty about it. She was very aggravated. And it was not funny, I shouldn't say funny. It was interesting because she was telling me this and giving me these examples of how her friend would be supportive but still not reach out to her about anything. So when I asked her what she meant, she said, on Facebook she would like something or make these little comments. I was like, okay. So are you looking for something more from her? And she said yes. She said she'd like a conversation where it doesn't feel like she has to pull teeth to speak with this person. So I said, okay, well, have you tried talking to her about it? And she said, you know what, I really don't want to. She said, I'm so hurt and I'm so annoyed that I honestly don't want to have this conversation. So I stopped and I thought about it, and we continued on with our conversation. And after we got off the phone, I sat there thinking, it doesn't sound like a very healthy relationship. Maybe they're on different wavelengths at this point in time. Does it make it a toxic friendship? I don't know. Maybe in some ways, but maybe they just need to find their way back to each other as friends. So, I don't know, it's just been on my mind. I know I myself try to be a good friend. I try to reach out to my friends, and there are times where life gets busy and you just can't. Everybody has their own thing going on, so you can't always reach out. But I think the main thing is try to reach out a bit more. Show those that you care about that you really do care. Even though at times you might be really, really busy, I think just a simple hello would go a long way. And it's definitely something that I'm going to do more in my life. Because, practice what you preach. So anyway, that was just, a little midnight ramble. Let me know what you guys think. And I'll speak with you guys soon.